Hello my dear friends, my name is Samir. In today's video we are going to learn how to center a div with using HTML and CSS. So particularly we will be talking about the flex method as well as the grid method. Okay, so there are two ways, there are two types of centering a div. Okay, so the first one is vertical. Okay, RTICL, vertical. Okay, which means if this is a line, then your div should place over here. This is a vertical center alignment. And the next one is horizontal. Okay, if this is a line, if this is a horizontal line, then your div should be centered over here. Okay, ignore this line. Yeah, so we are talking about if this is a horizontal line, so your div should be horizontally centered, and this is the vertical center alignment. Say for example we have a box, right? We have a box over here and we want our div, and this is our div. Let's say this is our div, and we want this to be center aligned horizontally. So our div would be placed over here. Okay, this is a horizontal alignment. And if we want our div to be placed vertically, okay, so our div would be vertically sitting over here. Okay, because this was our starting point, so this is the vertically center point and this is the horizontal center point. And if you want to place the div both horizontally and vertically center, then our div would sit over here in this center. Okay, so this is a vertical as well as horizontal alignment. Okay, and this is what we are going to learn today in this video. And we'll just go to our VS Code and we can see how Flex can help us centering the div, right? So this is my VS Code. I have already created a boilerplate over here, and I have a div which is a parent div inside the body tag, and I have nested a child div. Okay, and I have also given some basic background color and height and width to these both element, and our div is looking something like this. I mean, yes, this is the plum color or the light purple is our parent, and the smaller div which is in the purple color is our child div. And what we have to do is we have to use flex and grid methods to place them vertically and horizontally centered. So first we will move this div in the horizontally, we will align this horizontally center, then we will align this vertically center, and then we will do horizontal and vertical together. Got it? So we'll go back to our VS Code, and for doing that, on the parent we need to give display flex. Okay, and on the parent element we need to give display flex, and for aligning it to the horizontally center, we will use justify content center. Okay, so this particular statement will center our div horizontally on the x-axis. Okay, so we'll save it and we can see that now our div is horizontally centered. Now we need to center it vertically over here. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will remove this line and we'll say align atom center, and this will go and this will align our div to the vertical center. So this is how we will place our we will align vertically center. Okay, and now we want it to be the center both horizontal and vertical. So what we are going to do over here is we will write our justify content center again. So by adding these two lines we are doing vertical and horizontal center. Okay, save this file and now we can see that. So this is how you will use flex to align the item horizontal and vertical, and if required in the both direction, right? And similarly you can also use a grid as well on the parent. Okay, so display grid. Okay, we will change the display property from flex to grid now, and we will just write place items center. Okay, and this particular statement over here will uh, will align our div both horizontally and vertically. Okay, so if we do this over here, our div will be center line. Let me remove it and show that show it again to you. I'll just remove this line. Okay, now we can see that our div is back to its default position. Now let me add this one, this line, place item center, right? Now our div is aligned center vertically and horizontally as well. So this is how simple it is to center a div, and you need to understand where do you want to center, horizontally or vertically, or in both direction. Okay, so that is it guys for this video. And if you want to master JavaScript and CSS, you must subscribe to my channel, and if you like this content, you can consider liking to this video as well. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye. Between both these methods, and why we have to use array.findIndex instead of array.indexOf. So that is what we are going to discuss in the start of this video, and by the end of this video you will have a clear picture about when to use array.indexOf and when to use array.findIndex. So here let's go back and do the revision about array.indexOf. So here, if you want to get an index of an element from this array, you will use array.indexOf. Okay, so I'll quickly write the syntax: array.indexOf, and in this parentheses I will say I want the index of 4. Okay, 4 is my element, so I'll quickly save that, and I'll wrap this line in the console.log here, and inside the parentheses, okay, yeah, inside the parentheses I will paste it, and we will see the output in a console, in my terminal. Yes, so I will run this file, and now we can see that we are getting the index. Since the index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2 and 3, so the index of 4 is 3, right? But say for example you have a large array and the number is not sorted, but like you don't know the sequence, and you want to know the index of an element that is greater than 20 or maybe 100. So here, how will you write it? Here in this parenthesis, you will not write it because it does not take a callback function as an argument in the array.indexOf. So that is where our findIndex method comes into picture. So findIndex, this is our syntax, and this method takes a callback function, and this callback function will take the item which is the current element, right? And here we will say so basically I'm passing in a callback function by using this arrow function, right? So here I can say that return item greater than 2. Okay, so here I'm saying return me the index of the element which is greater than 2. Okay, so the element is give me the first index of the element which is greater than 2. Okay, so we clear the terminal and we'll run the file again. So here we'll get the index is 2 because 3 is greater than 2. So so the index is 0, 1 and 2. So this is how you can pass in a callback function, but this is not limited till here. say for example you have an array of object, right? Instead of the numeric array or string array, you have an array of object. Then also you can then also you can use, I mean you can use what, you can have to only use this array dot find index only. So what we'll do is we'll go to Google and chat GPT. Yes, here we can create, we can ask ChatGPT to create an array of object. Create an array of pj objects of 20 users. So here we'll get some array and we will copy that from here. Yes, we have our array over here which is users, so we'll quickly paste it over here. And now we can see that it has an ID, right? It has name, it has email address, and it has age. And now what we can do over here is we can get the first index of the first index of an of someone whose age is more than, let's say, 30. Okay, who is above 30. So what we can say is we can write in console.log users dot find index. Okay, I made a typo. Yes, users dot find index, and here we will have to pass our callback function item and arrow function item dot age. So here our item is not the absolute element value, it's an object. So this is how inside the object we are going to access the age value, and we will say age is greater than 30. So we will get the first index of the of a user whose age is 30. So here let's see who. So I think this is the first element, which is Frank, which has age more than 30. So I think we should get the index of Frank only. Okay, and let me clear the terminal and run the file again. Before that I need to save it. Yes, I saved it and run it. Okay, yes. So now we are getting index 5, and what is the index 5? 0 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, so the fifth index is 5, and this is how we are using array dot find index in case of array dot array of objects, or if it is an array of array, then also we have to use array dot find index. So I hope you understand the difference between when to use array dot index of and when to use array dot find index. Both are giving us the same output. It will give us the first index which satisfies this condition, but in index of we need to pass the absolute string absolute value, right? But here, since the object is not a value, it's a reference, right? So here we need to use array dot find index instead of index of, because we have a control over this callback function, which we can write anything. And now we can also like with the name we can also, like after age we can also find index of email. Give me the index of email which is equal to sam@example.com. Okay, I need to pass it sam at. So here we are getting, we will get the index of this sam@example.com, since it is unique, but even if it is duplicate entry, we will get the first index only. So here we'll save the file and we'll see the output in the console. Now we are getting 19, right? Since the first index Yes. So the index of this Sam would be 19. So that's why we are getting 19. Okay. So that is the reason why you have to use find index when you are doing some comparison. Like you need a hold on the callback function, then you have to use find index, and if the data type is array of objects and not the absolute values, then also you have to use find index. So that's it for this video, guys. And if you have understood the difference between array.index of and array.find index, then you should consider liking to this video, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to see me again. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Counter, we should get semi 10 and semi 11 because there are two console statement over here. So that is it, guys. That is closure. And if you want to understand this closure one to one, like with me on call, I'll leave my number in the description. If you still not understand the closure, I will make sure you understand it. Okay, since my channel is very small, I'll hardly get any calls, so I have free time to teach you guys. If you want to understand closures, feel free to call me. Okay, so that is it, guys. If you like this content, if you like my efforts, you can consider liking to this video, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more such videos like this. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day.